On this historic Mindful Monday, I would like to pause and share with you 3 ways to talk to your kids about racism. But first thing first, my disclaimer. I might say certain things that may offend you. It may make you feel uncomfortable, or in some cases offensive to you. And let me be very clear that that's not my intention at all to offend you in any way, shape, or form. That's my disclaimer, and I'm sticking to that. Now, second, let's talk about you first. Yes, the caregivers, parents, teachers, coaches, leaders in the community. Let's be mindful that babies are not born racist. Be mindful that adults who are racist were not born that way. Racism is either caught or taught. That means kids will learn races through observations or sadly through someone actively teaching them to be racist. Let's be honest here. We all have biases of all kinds. People tend to favor other people or other group like themselves. So here are some things to be mindful of. How do you treat other people, especially those who are different from you? Be honest. How do you talk about your own culture to your children? How do you talk about another person's culture to your children? How do you refer to people of other race? Do you avoid talking to certain kind of people? Do you treat everyone the same way with dignity and respect, courtesy? What about your body language around different kind of people? Be mindful that your kids will pick up on subtle cues like body language. They can be catched by just by simply observing. If you think that you as a person may not encounter racism, which is unlikely, I encourage you to honestly reflect on these things and be prepared for a situation where you might be a witness and have to step up or say something or do something. This is basic humane integrity. Humane integrity. I think that's a new term. Here's 2 important things that you should be mindful of when you encounter racism. Be friendly. Number 1, be friendly and calm. Whether it's you face the racism or not, be polite. Don't automatically assume that someone else is trying to be rude on purpose. Of course, some people are just rude and racist and disrespectful. In order to stay calm, we must be mindful of our own thought process in the moment. I'm inspiring you to stay mindful by thinking that many people may say weird things or just racist things or flat out disrespectful out of ignorance or because they don't know what to do or say. Number 2, educate the other person. Stay mindful and teach the other person. If someone make a false assumption, not only correct them, but explain why in a calm manner, of course. If you notice, I said false assumptions. Words help you to stay mindful because words matter. Now, let's talk about the 3 ways to talk to our kids, students, players about racism, especially if they are with you or witnesses any kind of racism. Number 1, don't ignore the issue. If you see something happen that is inappropriate, rude, or wrong, talk about it with them in an age-appropriate way. Be mindful that children are very observant, like I said before. They notice that what you don't do, what you say, what you don't say, and how you react in every situation. Make sure that you explain why is it wrong and what's wrong and why is it wrong. If you can't talk about it, then have a conversation later in a calm manner. Be mindful that if you regularly avoid talking about race or racism, then your children will pick up on that too. Number 2, learn the difference between racism, prejudice, and discrimination. It's quite daunting to explain to a young audience, young kids, the gravity of these words, but it's essential that they learn them correctly from the get-go. Why? Words matter. Number 3, start a conversation about race. Don't wait for your children to bring it up. Have ongoing, honest, age-appropriate conversation with your children about race, culture, ethnicities. You can start a conversation by teaching them about their own culture and family heritage, including grandparents, great-grandparents. Make sure you interact with other people of other race on a normal basis as much as possible. Talk about physical differences. Read books about physical differences. Read books about different cultures. Play music from different cultures. When I play Indian music, for example, or Spanish music, people sometimes look at me weird. My kids would dance along with me, even though we don't even know the words. Excuse me. Ooh. Talk about current situation, current events like what's happening now, in an age-appropriate way, of course. So, on that note, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Oliver Levy, your parenting consultant. I empower parents with simple tools, strategies, techniques to raise successful kids without all the nagging, reminding, and yelling. I'm offering a free 3-part parenting masterclass to all action-taking parents. No strings attached. This is my way of giving back. For more details, click the free link in my bio. And if you think this may empower other parents or anyone around you or in your circle, please share. Comment. I would like to hear your thoughts on this topic. So on that note, be mindful, be connected, and be the change you want to see in your kids and your community. And I shall see you guys next Mindful Monday.